Let's play a little game. I want you to close your eyes right now and picture a kitchen table full of healthy breakfast foods. Go ahead, do it. Now, with your eyes still closed, I will bet you dollars to donuts that among all the foods you're seeing right now, there's one specific food in there. A food you think is healthy that may be causing you to gain weight year after year. In fact, this supposed health food is what leading obesity researcher Dr. Robert Lustig now calls the number one worst food for a flat belly. And it doesn't matter if you skip breakfast. This food is eaten throughout the day and at any meal. And if you struggle with your weight, it's critical you know what it is, because just by avoiding this one food, you'll lose a bit of your belly each day without doing anything else. And I'll share it with you shortly. My name is James, and in this fast-paced yet information-packed presentation, I'm going to show you how certain foods, which are marketed to us as healthy, may be causing you to pack on the pounds and without you realizing they're to blame. I'll reveal to you 5 of the worst offenders, foods that kept me fat and sick for years, foods you probably eat daily that are robbing you of your energy and adding unattractive belly fat to your frame. And yet, these are foods you'd never imagine cause weight gain. Most of all, you'll be furious with tears when you realize how these health foods have been the source of so much of your frustration, those unsightly pounds that affect everything in your life, that can make you self-conscious or uncomfortable in your own skin, and the source of all those failed diet attempts along with the endless guilt that comes with it. But the good news is that once you stop eating these so-called health foods and make a few key swaps that are not only healthier but tastier, you'll be well on your way to a flat stomach. Not only that, you'll improve every marker of well-being, so much so that your doctor may even give you a high five at your next physical. And here's the best part. You don't have to starve yourself, spend endless hours in the gym, or take pills, powders, potions, or any of those gimmicks. Furthermore, you don't have to give up the foods you love, because in a moment, I'll let you in on a little-known trick that allows you to enjoy all your favorite treats and without falling off the wagon. In fact, not only does it not slow down your progress, when done right, it actually speeds things up. The truth is, once you see this, you'll finally understand why it's been so hard for you to get fit following traditional dieting advice, and the simple steps you must take from this day forward to shed your unwanted weight and claim back your health. So, silence your cell phone, get off Facebook or other social media, and tune out all distractions. You should also grab a pen and paper, as you're going to want to write this stuff down. Oh, and before we begin, I must warn you, I have no idea how much longer this presentation will stay online. Thanks to the thousands of shares from viewers like you, it's gone viral, and the companies that manufacture the foods I'm about to call out may try to have it taken down. So be sure to watch it to the very end while you still can. Now, if you're anything like me, you find the topic of nutrition can be quite confusing. After all, not a day goes by where some expert on TV or the internet is giving us advice that is the exact opposite of what some other expert said the day before. Eat this, not that. Eggs will raise your cholesterol. We were wrong. Eggs are now okay. Coffee's good for you. Wait, coffee's now bad. Fat will kill you. No, it's the sugar. So, if the experts can't agree, where does that leave ordinary folks like you and I? Is it any wonder why you struggle with your weight? Personally, they had me running in circles for years. Now, I won't bore you with all the details, but before I discovered what I'm about to share with you, I was 36 pounds overweight, had high blood pressure, and the early signs of diabetes. And truth be told, I went to hell and back to figure these things out. I spent hundreds of hours poring over medical journals, reading diet books, trying all sorts of things, and failed more times than I care to count. But I don't regret a minute of it, because I finally stumbled onto something that allowed me to manipulate my metabolism so that I could enjoy all my favorite treats and still shed the pounds. And not only did I drop my extra weight and get healthier than I've ever been, since 2012, I've shared these tips with more than 102,497 people from all over the US. And as you'll soon witness, their results have been nothing short of amazing. That said, I need to tell you something that may make your blood boil a bit. And you know what? It should, because this is the hidden info behind why you're gaining weight in the first place. You see, the truth is, your body does not want to be fat. And if you're overweight, it's really not your fault. The actual problem is the fact that you've been lied to for years. And these lies are keeping you from the flat stomach you desire and deserve. Now, one of the biggest of these lies is that in order to lose weight, you have to eat health foods that are low in calories and have little fat. I bet you've heard that, or maybe even believed it at one point in your life. Yet, That's not even close to the truth. And if you're one of the millions who fell victim to this lie, then you must decide right now to believe the truth instead, because if you don't, you'll continue eating the wrong foods. Foods that constantly keep you hungry, slow down your metabolism, rob you of your energy, and force you to store fat. And eventually, no matter how strong you are, you simply give up on dieting and your dream body altogether. Listen, this isn't what I want for you, and I know it's not what you want for yourself. Yet this is the reason you struggle with your weight, and again, it's not your fault. Don't blame yourself for a single minute. Now, if you really want to blame someone for your suffering, blame the experts you see in the media. The same experts recommending all those health foods for decades, even though the facts tell a different story. Let me give you an example. We've been on a low-fat kick for over 30 years, ever since the USDA gave us our food pyramid in the late 70s, and yet, there's more fat folks around than ever before. And on the surface, this may seem a bit strange, but when you dig a little deeper, it makes perfect sense. You see, foods that have been stripped of their natural fat are loaded with sugar and artificial sweeteners. In fact, if they weren't, they'd taste like cardboard and nobody would buy them. But besides giving food its taste, these additives mess with your body's metabolism. Specifically, they cause you to hoard fat. It's the complete opposite effect you'd expect by swapping the full-fat version of a food for the low-fat one. And yet, that's exactly what happens. Here's why. Your body likes to keep a very tight control over your blood sugar. Typically less than 100 milligrams per deciliter if you're a healthy non-diabetic. That comes out to about a teaspoon of sugar in your entire bloodstream. That's it. Anything more than that becomes toxic and can eventually lead to diabetes. And that's why when you eat foods that are full of sugar, your body goes into panic mode and does whatever it takes to get it out of your blood. And it does this with the help of your pancreas and the hormone insulin. The more sugar you eat, the more insulin your pancreas secretes. And then two things happen. Number one, your insulin takes the sugar out of your bloodstream and pushes it into your fat cells where it gets converted to fat. So the more sugar you eat, the more fat you store. At the same time, insulin also blocks an enzyme on your fat cells known as hormone-sensitive lipase, or HSL. And here's the kicker. When this enzyme isn't working, it's impossible to burn fat. So the more sugar you eat, the harder it is to lose fat. The bottom line is that when you eat those low-fat health foods that are loaded with sugar, not only does that sugar make you fatter, it also stops you from burning off the fat you're currently carrying. So it's a double whammy when it comes to weight gain. And the worst part? These so-called health foods are everywhere and are causing you to pack on the pounds year after year and without you realizing they're the culprits. Let me give you some examples. Oh, and before I do, know this. If one of your favorite foods happens to be on this list, don't worry. I'll show you a few easy swaps you can make that will not only be tastier than what you're currently eating, but will also allow you to lose a bit of your belly each day and without any extra effort. Okay, the first of these health foods is low-fat or fat-free yogurt. Let's take the popular Yoplait Original Strawberry for example. Now on the surface, this looks like the perfect snack or part of a nutritious breakfast. But despite being 99% fat-free, it packs a whopping 26 grams of sugar per 6-ounce container. To put things in perspective, a Twinkie has 19 grams of sugar, 7 grams less than that yogurt. And I'm sure you'll agree that a Twinkie can never be part of a balanced breakfast. It's fine to have as an occasional treat, but chances are you don't consider it to be good for you and thus don't eat it daily. Yet, there are plenty of other yogurts that are just as bad or worse than a Twinkie, like Dane and Fruit on the Bottom Blueberry at 26 grams of sugar per 6-ounce serving, or Activia Blueberry Probiotic Yogurt that crams 19 grams in just 4.4 ounces. The bottom line is this. Unlike the Twinkie, it's easy to overeat these low-fat yogurts because they're masquerading as health foods. And by eating them often, they can add pounds and inches to your frame, making your stomach bigger while growing your butt and thighs. You definitely don't want that. Now, if you enjoy eating yogurt, there are plenty of great choices that won't cause you to pack on the pounds. Simply stick to full-fat, plain Greek yogurts. And for extra taste, you can add your own fruit or even a bit of honey. Okay, let's move on to the next food that literally has a health halo around it. Whole wheat bread. Did you know that whole wheat bread spikes your blood sugar more than a Snickers bar? And that this rapid rise in blood sugar can lead to weight gain and even diabetes over time? It's true. Just have a look at the glycemic index chart posted on the website of Harvard Medical School. Now, according to the site, glycemic index and glycemic load offer information about how foods affect blood sugar and insulin. The lower a food's glycemic index or glycemic load, the less it affects blood sugar and insulin levels. Now, there are over 100 foods listed here. Here's whole wheat bread at a glycemic index of 71. And here's the Snickers bar at a glycemic index of 51, a full 20 points lower than the bread. Now, you wouldn't be surprised to gain weight if you were eating several Snickers bars per day. Just like with the Twinkie mentioned earlier, you know it's a treat. However, since the whole wheat bread is passed off as a health food, you probably wouldn't bat an eye about eating several slices per day. Of course, this results in blood sugar spikes and sneaky fat creep. Can't live without bread, you say? You don't have to. There's a great alternative known as Ezekiel bread, which you can find in just about any supermarket. The best part? Its glycemic index is a mere 36. That means you can enjoy this delicious food without harming your blood sugar or experiencing further weight gain. Alright, let's move on to the next food. This is a big trap for a lot of people, and it's raisins. Now, as you already know, raisins are just dried grapes. And grapes are definitely a health food. However, just like all fruit, they contain sugar, too much of which is fattening. That said, it's pretty tough to overdose on grapes and thus sugar because they contain a lot of water. You'd get full before you could eat too much. On the other hand, raisins, lacking the water, are just concentrated sugar bombs. And unlike the grapes, it's extremely easy to overdo it on these and add inches to your belly. And that goes for all dried fruits. The bottom line? Stick to the whole fruit. And if you enjoy the dried versions, have it as an occasional treat. Okay, the next health food has been the source of controversy for years. But science has finally put the nail in the coffin for this one. I'm referring to zero-calorie or artificial sweeteners that are found in everything from diet sodas and energy drinks, to salad dressings, tomato sauce, and even popcorn. So, just how bad are these artificial sweeteners? Well, a University of San Antonio study followed 749 people over 9.4 years and found that those who drank just 2 artificially sweetened, zero-calorie diet sodas per day had waistlines that were, on average, 6 times bigger than the people who didn't drink diet sodas. Not only that, they had 3 times more belly fat, the same type of fat proven to cause high blood pressure, heart disease, and even cancer. Now, you might be wondering, how can something with 0 calories cause so much weight gain? While there were plenty of theories for this fat paradox throughout the years, it wasn't until 2014 that scientists finally cracked the code. The groundbreaking study was published in the September issue of Nature. In it, Israeli scientists demonstrated that eating just an average amount of artificial sweeteners destroys the friendly bacteria living in your gut. Here's why this is important. These bacteria, collectively known as the microbiome, are critical to your health. They affect everything from your digestion to your immune system, your mood, and most of all, your weight. And when you kill them off with artificial sweeteners, you allow yeast, parasites, and other bad bugs to take their place in your intestine. And these bad bugs literally hijack your metabolism, causing you to crave sugary, fattening foods. In fact, if you found yourself caving into uncontrollable cravings for foods you know will make you fat, this is probably why. The worst part? Not only do these bad bugs force you to eat fattening foods, they turn more of those foods into fat. So again, these friendly bacteria are a big deal if you want a flat stomach. It's also the main reason why naturally skinny people can eat practically anything they want and not worry about weight gain. And we all know somebody like this who we secretly despise. Well, doctors have recently discovered that these people have plenty of good bugs which convert the foods they eat into energy rather than fat. And in a moment, I'm going to show you a neat trick to help your friendly bacteria flourish, so you can experience the same benefits too. In the meantime, do your best to avoid artificial sweeteners. Instead, choose foods and drinks that are sweetened with natural stevia. Heck, you may even consider choosing something with real sugar. Just keep in mind that moderation is key. Now, this final example of a health food is really going to shock you. It may even be the #1 worst food that causes weight gain. That's because it's considered to be an essential part of a balanced breakfast for decades. Which one am I talking about? Orange juice. How can this be? Well, an orange is one of the most nutritious things you can eat. But when you drink a glass of juice, it's like injecting 3 to 4 oranges into your bloodstream in one shot. This spikes your blood sugar through the roof. But it gets worse. You see, oranges don't contain regular sugar, Being a fruit, they're chock full of fructose, or fruit sugar. So, what's the big deal, you might ask? Well, unlike other types of sugar, fructose can only be metabolized by your liver. And too much of it at one time, like when you drink a glass of juice, completely overwhelms it. The end result? Your liver converts all that excess fructose into fat. Fat that ends up in your belly, thighs, butt, or any other place you happen to store it. Not only that, it floods your blood with loads of harmful cholesterol and triglycerides, big drivers of deadly heart disease. So, if your doctor has told you you have high cholesterol or triglycerides, too much fructose may be to blame, and you should cut back immediately. Now, are you starting to get the picture when it comes to so-called health foods? And keep in mind, those are just a handful of examples. Just think about all the other foods you've been told are good for you, but are actually making you fatter and sicker with each passing year. The reality is, all the misinformation out there that the media loves to exploit is enough to confuse anyone. A lot of smart people bought into these lies. In fact, they had me running in circles for years. So, now that you know the problem, that the reason you don't already have the body you want is because of the myths that have been literally shoved down your throat, let's dive into the advice I have for you today. These are the same tips that thousands have used to shed their unwanted weight, claim back their health, and add years and years to their life. And the most important tip I can give you is this. Don't ever rely on calorie counting, portion controls, point systems, meal logging, or any of those exhaustive methods to help you get fit. Why? Because they may cause more harm than good. In fact, a 2010 dieting study conducted at the University of California, San Francisco found that tracking your calories in order to lose weight leads to psychological stress and forces your body to release more cortisol. And if you're not aware, cortisol is your worst enemy when trying to slim down and for your health overall. You see, not only does it pack on rolls of ugly belly fat, it also stores a different kind of fat known as visceral fat deep inside your abdomen and around your organs. Now, unlike the fat on your belly, which you can easily pinch between your fingers, you can't touch or even see visceral fat. Despite this, it's deadly because it elevates your cholesterol, your triglycerides, your blood pressure and blood sugar, and has even been blamed for several cancers. And if that wasn't bad enough, cortisol also breaks down your muscles. And that, my friends, slows down your metabolism. So, aside from making you look flabby and weak, it also makes it harder for you to lose fat, yet much easier to store it. Now, I'm not saying that portion controls and point systems don't work at all. You can certainly get results with them. But the moment you stop these methods, because, well, let's be honest, nobody can do that for the rest of their lives, well, the weight starts coming back. For instance, thousands have slimmed down with Weight Watchers' point system. But have you ever been to their meetings? So many of their members have been yo-yo dieting for years and are desperate to get back on the wagon. Because again, it's almost impossible to stick to such ho-hum schemes day in and day out. On the other hand, if you want to lose weight permanently, the process must be dead simple, a mere afterthought. In fact, the less you have to work at it, the easier the pounds will come off, and the higher the chances they'll stay off. And the reason for this is something called the instinctual eating principle, or IEP. I'll tell you more about that in just a moment. First, if you really want to get fit as fast as possible, you absolutely must avoid starving yourself. The truth is, you need to eat a lot, much more than you think. And not doing so is the number one mistake almost everyone makes when trying to burn fat. And it always backfires because it leads to that endless cycle of yo-yo dieting. Let me explain. When you go on a new diet but don't eat enough and you're always hungry, you set yourself up to fail from the start. And for two reasons. First, while you'll lose a little weight in the beginning, sooner or later, whether it be several days or a couple of weeks, you're going to plateau. And you may have experienced this yourself when starting a new program. You drop a few pounds at first, but suddenly, everything comes grinding to a halt. The scale won't budge no matter how hard you try. This is due to something called hormonal downregulation. And that's just a fancy $10 term to describe your body producing fewer hormones, specifically T4 and leptin. Well, when these hormone levels drop, your metabolism slows down and you stop burning fat. And as frustrating as this may be to you as a dieter, it's just your body's natural survival mechanism. Keep in mind, it doesn't care that you want to slim down, fit into smaller clothes, and look better. Its primary goal is keeping you alive. And when you start shrinking, it feels threatened and slams the brakes on your progress. Now, there is a way to trick your body so you continue to lose weight week after week and without stalling. And we'll get to that shortly. First, Here's the second reason why starving yourself always fails to deliver lasting fat loss. It's due to the simple fact that nobody can expect to fight hunger and win. I don't care how much willpower you have, or how many meals you're willing to swap with carrots and celery sticks. Sooner or later, hunger will beat you. And when that happens, you end up binging on all kinds of fattening food. Then, you feel horrible for falling off the wagon and just give up altogether. Naturally, you gain back all the weight you may have lost and then some. So, instead of trying to eat like a bird, you should choose the right foods and eat lots of them. Because when you eat the right foods, natural whole foods filled with critical nutrients, vitamins, and minerals, you won't have to worry about portions or too many calories. The best part? These foods provide your body with everything it needs to get rid of unwanted fat automatically. Just picture it. Sitting at your dining room table, pushing your plate away after that last bite because you're not just full, but stuffed from such a massive mouth-watering meal. And not in a bad way where you're bloated and uncomfortable, but with that warm, cozy feeling in your stomach and an ear-to-ear grin of satisfaction knowing that, despite feasting like a king, your body is actually getting busy on burning off fat. Sound good? Here's another piece of advice you'll welcome with open arms. Did you know you can avoid the plateaus that plague almost every diet just by eating your favorite treats at the right times? It's true. Oreos, Ben & Jerry's cookie dough ice cream, pizza, steak and cheese subs. These are some of my favorites, and you can use these and others like them to prevent stalling. In fact, here's a fun exercise I want you to try. Tonight, when you have about 15 minutes of downtime, grab a pen and a piece of paper and make a list of your top 20 treats. Write down anything you want. Why should you do this? Simple, because these foods will form a key part of your fat loss strategy. And when you eat them in the right amounts on certain days, you virtually guarantee the scale keeps moving down week after week. Just imagine the look of surprise in your friends and family's faces when you tell them you're eating cookies or cake or whatever your favorite foods happen to be because they're helping you to lose weight. And as much as they'll think you're crazy, they'll beg you to spill your secrets when they see with their very own eyes how fast this plan is making you slimmer and slimmer. Now here's the most critical fat-burning tip of all. If you don't do this, none of what you just learned will matter. Yes, it's that important when it comes to you losing weight fast and keeping it off for good. It's what I mentioned a little while ago, the instinctual eating principle, or IEP. Now, this is the only way to eat as much as you want without having to count calories, log meals, or follow point systems and still get fit. And it's also the rule that just about every naturally lean species follows, including the lion. Let me ask you a question. Out of all the lions you've seen in your life, either up close at a zoo or on TV shows like National Geographic, how many of them were fat? We both know the answer to that is 0. And do you know why? It's because a lion eats its natural diet. It doesn't eat health foods. And it doesn't worry about calories, portion controls, or even exercise. It doesn't have to because by eating the right foods, it automatically stays slim and healthy. Not only that, it also has endless energy. And when you eat like the lion, you get the same result. A fit, healthy body that's a fat-burning machine. The best part? You can still enjoy your favorite treats on certain days. Here's how it works. You want to eat foods that don't spike your blood sugar for most meals, such as meat, fish, veggies, fruits and nuts, and then, just at the right time, you gorge on anything you want, like pizza, pasta, pastries, whatever your heart desires. Doing this strips the fat from your belly, thighs, butt, and everywhere else from your body and burns it for fuel, giving you a surge of energy. And as mentioned earlier, this also prevents those plateaus that slow down your progress. And the reason this works so well is because of the hormones you learned about before, T4 and leptin. Those, and another critical hormone that's just as important for fat loss, insulin. Now, when you eat foods that don't spike your blood sugar, two very important things happen. Number one, your natural hunger mechanism kicks in. This tells you when to eat more and when you've had enough. So, because you're eating just the right amount of food, you're not gaining weight. Most importantly, you're doing this without having to count calories, calculate portions, or follow point systems. Now, the second thing that happens when you don't spike your blood sugar is that your insulin levels remain low. This allows your body to burn fat for fuel, and doing so keeps you from feeling tired, hungry, and craving every few hours. As a result, you eat less. So it's a double whammy as far as weight loss is concerned, and you see results faster. Finally, by enjoying your favorite foods at the right times, you keep your T4 and leptin levels high and continue to shed weight week after week. So you see, this nips the fat loss problem right in the bud and from every possible angle. And here's the best part of all. When you eat the right foods, your friendly gut bacteria flourish. And as you'll recall from a few minutes ago, it's your gut bacteria that control if the food you eat turns to energy or if it gets stored as ugly belly fat. And when you have plenty of those good guys on your side, you can enjoy so many more foods without worrying about weight gain, just like the folks who are naturally skinny. And here's a great example of a food that your friendly gut bacteria love. Take a look at this delicious potato salad. Now, conventional wisdom tells us that potatoes and other carb-heavy foods can cause you to pack on the pounds. And while that's true to some degree, especially if you overdo it, this tasty treat will actually help you burn fat. Here's how. When you cool these potatoes after boiling them, they form something called resistant starch. This is all the rage in underground health circles right now, and for a good reason. You see, researchers have recently discovered that you can't digest this form of starch. Instead, it travels to your colon intact, where your friendly gut bacteria ferment it and produce a substance called butyrate. And butyrate acts like fertilizer for your friendly bugs, helping them to multiply and thrive. So, not only do you consume fewer calories because you can't digest a big portion of the potato salad, you're also feeding your friendly bacteria that turn the foods you eat into energy rather than fat. Just think of how much faster the pounds come off when you're eating mouth-watering meals that actually torch calories. In fact, when you put this plan into action, you won't believe your eyes every time you step on the bathroom scale, or the changes taking place in the mirror. What kind of a difference would that make in your life? No doubt you'd look and feel fabulous. Perhaps you have some outfits tucked away, outfits you never imagined you'd wear again. Now, how excited would you be to try them on and for the first time in years have them fit like a glove? Or how your self-confidence would soar when friends and family showered you with compliments, something that surely will spill over into your love life, which not to mention, would be thrilling thanks to that surge of energy going hand in hand with your new sexy body. So, now you know the formula that allows you to lose weight almost effortlessly. You also know how to do it without giving up your favorite foods, sacrificing your social life, or falling off the wagon. And truth be told, that was a lot to cover. You may even be feeling a bit overwhelmed or confused, and that's okay. Basically, this means you have two choices on where you go from here. Choice 1. Take the information in this presentation and try to go it alone. And who knows, you may see some success if you took really careful notes. Or, there's choice number 2, the savvy choice. This is clearly the smartest, fastest, and easiest way to get what you want. A slim, healthy body you can be proud of, loads of energy to enjoy endless activities, and the freedom of knowing that your size issues are a thing of the past. So, let me do the work for you. And you know what? I already have. Why start from scratch and try to reinvent the wheel when I've laid out your exact step-by-step blueprint for weight loss success already? One that's been tested for years. One that's responsible for thousands of men and women of all ages losing the weight. Here's what the vast majority decide to do. It's called the cruise control diet. My name is James Ward, and I'm the creator of the cruise control diet, the only natural eating plan that frees you from calorie counting, portion controls, and point systems, yet still allows you to lose weight effortlessly. This radically simple way to eat strips off every last ounce of your stubborn body fat without you having to starve yourself or spend hours in the gym. And it works whether you're a man or a woman, young or old, and even if you have bad genetics, food addictions, a thyroid condition, diabetes, a painfully slow metabolism, or one that's broken from years and years of yo-yo dieting. It works if you're still carrying baby weight and you're just too busy to do anything about it. Heck, this will work for you if you have a family history of obesity and you've been overweight your entire life, or even if you think you've already tried everything yet failed. Check out the results some everyday people just like you are getting with this program. Here's some feedback from Joni Berg, who dropped 30 pounds. She says, "This program has been a lifesaver for me and came right when I needed it. After being the major caretaker for my aging mother, there just wasn't room to take care of myself. James Ward and the cruise control diet were my road to success, and so easy. This has been effortless and the results are tremendous. I went to the doctor and didn't come out with a clean bill of health, but with the help of this healthy, wonderful eating and support, I've lowered my blood pressure and cholesterol to healthy limits, and my diagnosis of diabetes can be diet managed. And let's not forget the weight loss and energy. Also, the constant not being full feelings, going from sweets to salty, the nighttime eating have all disappeared. Just wish I had been doing this for the last 40 years. But it's never too late to look and feel good and be healthy. Just keep rooting for me to continue, and good luck to all of you too. Try it. Nice job, Joni. Next, we have some feedback from Tim Friddle, who dropped 40 pounds. He says, James, thanks for my copy of the Cruise Control Diet. I started this diet a week before Thanksgiving 2012 and have lost 40 pounds and managed to get off my blood pressure meds in the process. I've tried other diets in the past and they never work for me like this one does. I get compliments from everyone and I've even helped others to get started eating more healthy too. Thanks again for all the information. Nice job, Tim. Next, we have some feedback from Carol, who says, before this diet, I spent hours working out calorie contents, was miserable and hungry all the time, then got on the scales and zilch. That's why I've tried every different diet on the planet, so of course I was going to try yours. And at last I found a diet that's easy, delicious, very filling and healthy. The best part is that I have lost a stone in weight. You have made me very happy. I only have a few pounds to go and I'm content to carry on with this diet forever. Many thanks. Nice job, Carol. Okay, now we have some feedback from Mark. He writes in to say, I'm a 49-year-old male who weighed in at 255 pounds before starting your program. I hit the diet hard the first 2 weeks and saw results after a few days. Quite the inspiration. I'm down to 227 pounds as of today, feel a lot better, and the blood pressure is down to normal levels. It's been pretty easy and has given me results I haven't gotten with workouts, cardio, or other diets. There is one downside though. I need to buy new pants, but it is worth it. Thanks again for the simple, educational, life-changing program. Nice going, Mark, and good luck with your clothes shopping. So, now that you've seen how others are faring with this amazing system, here's just a taste of what's inside your copy of the Cruise Control Diet. On page 23, you'll discover the foundations of my instinctual eating principle. This forces your body to feed off its own fat stores. The weight will literally melt right off as you continue to enjoy delicious meal after meal. Plus, you'll never feel like you're dieting for a single day while friends and family beg you to spill your secrets. The little-known way to never fall off the wagon, ever. You can say goodbye to the guilt trips that come from cheating on your diet. Getting the body you've always wanted is just a matter of a few short months when you follow this simple plan. Why some people can eat whatever they want, whenever they want, and as much as they want, and never gain an ounce, and how you can do the same in just 30 days from this very moment. How to break through any weight loss plateau, no matter how stubborn. Almost everyone is dead wrong when it comes to this common problem, but you're going to love how simple and fun it is to jumpstart your fat loss. 5 foods that burn belly fat faster than anything else. These are the complete opposite of what you've been told and why most dieters avoid them. Eat at least one per day and you'll be amazed at how easy the weight comes off. A popular health beverage you should never drink, but probably do so every day. You've been wrongly told that it's good for you, but all it's good for is growing your waistline. Drop this from your daily diet and watch the pounds and inches quickly follow suit. No time to exercise? No problem. Try this trick to burn twice as many calories than a 60-minute run on the treadmill and without breaking a sweat. How to set your metabolism on fire so you instantly burn off everything you eat, even junk food, and it has nothing to do with having several small meals per day or taking those dangerous fat burners. How to stop being hungry every few hours and kick your cravings to the curb. Now you never have to be a slave to food ever again. The insider tactic that puts your fat loss on steroids. The same one that just a handful of hardcore bodybuilders know and use to get six-pack abs in a few short weeks. And these guys are already freakishly lean. Just imagine what the same tactic will do for you. So, as you've probably noticed by now, this is the easiest way to lose weight in existence. It's a foolproof plan that shows you step by step how to get in the best shape humanly possible. You just eat the right foods, delicious, mouth-watering meals that nurture your body, and the fat literally melts right off. It really is that simple. And without strict rules to follow, this never gets in the way of your busy life. So you can stick with it for the long run. And you know what that means. Once those pounds come off, they're gone for good. The new you is here to stay. Now, you may believe that a system that can do this much for you would cost a pretty penny. And in all honesty, it really should. After all, this has helped thousands of folks just like you shed their excess fat and get fitter than they've been in years, perhaps ever. And we'll get to the price in just a moment. First, I want to share a few more unique benefits this one-of-a-kind solution delivers to you. Because when you follow this simple plan, Not only will you lose weight faster and easier than you ever thought possible, you'll also become healthier than you've been in years. Plus, you'll discover how to head off serious health problems before they even surface. For example, how to send your HDL or good cholesterol that keeps your arteries clean through the roof without taking a single pill. The drug companies would lose billions if everyone knew this secret, but it's all exposed on page 40. The most important cholesterol reading you're not getting. Think LDL is the real killer? Think again, because you might be making the biggest mistake of your life. The shocking truth about saturated fat. Which one's good for you and which you should avoid like the plague. Because not knowing the difference can wreak havoc on your heart and your overall health. How to get the same anti-aging benefits Hollywood celebrities pay thousands for, and how to get them for free. And so much more. It would take at least another hour to outline it all. Alright, let's get down to business. Now, the cruise control diet, if sold separately, is valued at $99.99. And to be quite honest, that's just a drop in the bucket when you consider the life-changing impact it has on you. Think about it, getting rid of your size issues for good for less than $100. Yet that's not all you're receiving when you invest in this solution today. As a special offer for watching this presentation, I'm throwing in a few bonuses, free of charge, to help you lose weight even faster. First, there's the Cruise Control Diet Cookbook. This has over 40 tasty and easy to prepare fat-burning recipes. And not only are these a cinch to make, they also give you endless ideas to quickly come up with delicious recipes of your own. And you know what that means. You'll never get bored of eating the same foods over and over again. Not to mention, you'll be the pride of your family and envy of your friends when they sample some of the mouth-watering meals you'll prepare for them. Plus, I want to make sure you hit the ground running, so I'm giving you a jumpstart guide. This takes you by the hand and walks you through your first week of grocery shopping. Now, I'm sure you're a busy person, so you'll be happy to know that you'll be in and out of the store within 30 minutes. And don't worry, you won't have to buy any of those expensive and hard-to-find health foods. Everything you need is right in your local store. All of the delicious whole foods that will shrink your stomach in no time. Together, the cookbook and jumpstart guide are valued at $59.98. But that's not all. I have one more bonus for you that's worth more than twice that price. You'll understand why when you find out what it is in just a moment. So, now you see why the Cruise Control Diet is valued at $99.99. And even without the bonuses, that's a steal. Because if you bought these by themselves, the cookbook, the jumpstart guide, plus the one you'll be learning about shortly, your total investment would be over $250. However, as a special thank you for watching this presentation today, I have a much better deal coming your way. Just pay attention because it won't last much longer. Now, of course, you could choose to stay on the path you're on right now, spinning your wheels looking for solutions, and flush 10, 20, even 100 times that amount down the toilet on methods that don't work, or worse, are downright scams. And that's the least of it. What about the true price you pay for not taking action? Your dwindling health. Do you really want to take a fistful of pills each day? Camp out at your doctor's office because you're always sick? And give up the activities you love because you're not well enough to enjoy them? That's not what I want for you, and I know you don't want that either. So let's make this decision an easy one, shall we? Now, before I tell you what a giant discount you're getting today, I feel it's important you understand why. So let me share my dream with you. It's a cause I'm inviting you to join, along with thousands of other folks just like you who are ready to claim back their health and add quality years to their life. Let me explain. Nothing will put a smile on your face faster than seeing results in the mirror. However, that joy is dwarfed by the amazing feeling of knowing that, for the first time in years, perhaps ever, you're in total control of your weight and your health. And that makes you a maven, one that can pass their knowledge on to somebody else, changing their lives in a way they never imagined possible. And believe me, when others witness your total body transformation, they're going to want to know how you did it. I'm counting on you to show them. This will produce even more mavens who will go on to help others. And before you know it, we'll have a small army of health messengers spreading the word. Just imagine what kind of a difference this can make in the world, how many lives can be changed for the better, and how much disease can be avoided. Now, I don't want money to get in the way of that, so I'm slashing the price of this package to make it as affordable as possible. That means when you act now, you won't be paying the retail value of the Cruise Control Diet and added bonuses. Not even close. That's right. Your investment won't be $250. It won't even be half of that, or even $75. Your total investment today for the Cruise Control Diet, along with all the bonuses laid out before you, is now only one payment of $39.99. and there are no recurring or monthly payments ever. And listen, don't decide right now. Take advantage of my 2-month unconditional 100% money back triple guarantee. Here's how it works. If you don't drop all the weight you expect in those 60 short days, or if you don't drop 10% of your unwanted body weight within the first 30 days, or even if you don't like how the books are designed, or the font face I used, you name it, simply shoot me an email or call my customer support number and I'll gladly refund every penny of your purchase price. No questions asked and no hassles. Look below this video right now. Click on the orange button that says Add to Cart to claim your discounted price, and you'll join thousands of other cruise control diet success stories like Mike, who wrote in to say, "My wife and I started the CCD 4 weeks ago and have had great results in such a short time. We both have noticed our energy pick up greatly. I don't feel the need for that afternoon nap anymore. Plus, I wake up without the need for hitting the snooze button. We really like the variety of meals that we can have based on those great recipes you provide in your book and emails. It makes it feel like you're not really on a diet at all. I've lost 21.2 pounds and my wife has lost 10 pounds for the 4 weeks we have been doing the program. Because this is so easy to follow, I can't see why we wouldn't reach our weight loss goals. We are so thankful for finding the CCD." Good job, Mike. And here's some feedback from Ida, who wrote in to say, "I've only been on the program for 4 weeks. I've lost about 18 pounds and that sluggish, tired feeling is almost gone." Fantastic, Ida. Next we have feedback from Tony, who wrote in to say, "Had far too much to drink and still managed to lose 18 pounds, so pretty pleased with myself. Please keep the little tips coming. Really enjoying the plan, the food, and the weight loss. I only have 10 pounds to go to reach my best weight." Excellent, Tony. Keep it up. Next, Misty wrote in to say, "It's going really good. I seem to be losing about a pound a day and I have not had a chance to work out yet. I'm shocked at the results so far just by eating differently, and your cookbook has helped me so much. So thanks for doing the step-by-step guide. I've told a lot of people about this book." Good job, Misty. Keep it up, and thanks for recommending it to others. Finally, here's some feedback from Lori. She says, "So far the diet has been life-changing. I am about to complete my 3rd week and I've lost 9 pounds so far. I'm far from where I want to be, but I'm thrilled with the progress I'm making. I'm recommending this plan to many others who have struggled with food and weight loss. Keep sharing ideas." Will do, Lori, and thanks for recommending it. So, as you can see, you're just a few clicks away from joining these success stories. Plus, when you act now, before this presentation ends, I'll toss in this one-of-a-kind super bonus easily worth $199. Here's what it's all about. There's nothing worse than starting a diet, seeing a bit of progress, only to fall off the wagon a few weeks later because you've hit a stumbling block. Yet sadly, this is all too common with most programs out there. However, unlike those other programs where your relationship ends the moment you send them money, when you join the Cruise Control Diet family, you get ongoing support until you realize your goals and beyond. Let me explain. Not only will you receive new recipes in your inbox weekly to keep things fun and interesting, you'll also get critical tips at the right times to make sure you charge through your sticking points. In short, you're not alone throughout this process. There's someone there with you, every step of the way, rooting for you to succeed. Best of all, if you need more help, you can always reach out and I'll be delighted to lend a hand. And that brings your total value to over $350. Yet today, it's all yours for one easy payment of only $39.99. Remember, it's not just a great bargain you're getting today. You'll also be joining one of the biggest weight loss movements in history. You'll be playing your crucial part in ensuring thousands upon thousands are spared from disease and given a second chance at a quality life. So click on the orange Add to Cart button below this video to reserve your deeply discounted copy of this course. And it will be rush shipped to your door in a discreet envelope for maximum privacy. But it gets better, because when you place your order today, you'll also get instant access to the digital version of the product absolutely free. That means you don't have to wait for the mailman to get started. You can download everything to your computer, iPad, Kindle, or any other reader in just minutes and dive in right away. Here's what will happen the moment you click the Add to Cart button below this video. First, you'll be taken to a 100% secure checkout page. It will look like this. And after you place your order, you can select the add-ons you prefer to help you get started losing weight even faster. Finally, your members-only account will be instantly created so you can access your products right away. You'll receive your username and password in an email, plus you can get them right here from your order confirmation page. And remember, this members-only account is included free with your purchase of the Cruise Control Diet. There are no recurring or monthly payments ever. It's that simple. Alright, we're nearing the end of the presentation, so as you sit here watching this, you're left with a choice. Listen, 30 days from now you can be just a month older, still battling your size issues, still searching for solutions, and setting yourself up for more disappointments down the road, or you can be well on your way to having the body you've always wanted. Fit, healthy, confident, and full of zest. Just imagine looking back a month from this very moment, having already lost 10% of your body weight or more, and then continuing to lose pound after pound, week in and week out, until you have the body you've always wanted. Picture it. How different is your life? How fantastic does it feel to see your slender figure in the mirror? What happens to your self-confidence every time you hear compliments from friends, family, or even complete strangers? And which new activities are you currently taking up thanks to the surge of energy that doesn't seem to run out? And yes, it's true. It's not your fault you've been struggling with your weight up until now. After all, you've been misled by the miracle solutions, Hollywood fads, and false promises no one stands behind. However, now that you know the truth, it's your responsibility to take action, put an end to the lies, and start a weight loss program that simply works. And unlike those phony solutions, this one is guaranteed to get you in shape. In fact, if you're like so many others I've talked with, you should start seeing results within the first week. But give it time. In fact, give it a full 60 days. And if by the end of those 2 months you're not thrilled with your results, or you're not happy for any reason whatsoever, simply request a refund and it's yours. No questions asked and no hard feelings. Plus, if you ever need anything, you're always just moments away from my friendly support staff. Now, you've heard from everyday folks sharing their success and praising the program. However, let's also listen to what an expert has to say. Here's some feedback I recently received from Dr. Deborah Ann Nudge, DVM MD. She said, "I have just finished reading through the entire book, and I have to tell you my thoughts. I am a physician, emergencies and traumas, and I see an enormous variety of people, all sizes, shapes, weights, for over 38 years. I am also an avid reader, especially in my field, and I see many patients who are morbidly obese and can't lose any weight. Your information and the references you cite are totally accurate and up to date. I am truly impressed with your writings about metabolism, cholesterol, insulin, and fat. And not to forget all the misinformation from the industry out there to the public regarding what are good foods for everyone to consume. Your recommendations are superbly accurate and make total sense. Weight control is really not that hard if you consider the facts you stated. I will start recommending your book to many people in need of dietary restraints. Thank you very much for a wonderful piece of work that impacts seriously on public health benefits. Thank you for your endorsement, Dr. Nudge." And here's even more feedback from Eric. "I'm very happy I came across your program online. It gave me the extra push I needed to get serious about weight loss. The first 2 weeks have been great. I'm 20 pounds lighter so far. Started at 215, I'm currently 195. Great progress." Next, we have feedback from Julie, who wrote, "I'm doing great. I've lost 14 pounds in 2 weeks. I especially like the fruit you get to have on the diet. Nothing as good as fresh fruit. Thank you very much. Nothing else worked." Well, I'm glad you finally found something that works, Julie. And here's some feedback from Hilda. She says, "Hi James, we are doing really good, me and my husband. Just finished our 3rd week on this new lifestyle. I lost 9 pounds, my husband lost 11 pounds. Thank you." Congrats to the both of you, Hilda. And Lim wrote in to say, "This is what I like about your program. You don't just leave us to struggle on our own after purchases." And there you have it. Now it's your turn to join in and become my next success story. So, look below this video now. Then, click on the big orange rectangular button that reads "Add to Cart" to claim your copy. You'll be granted instant access to the Cruise Control Diet digital version and all the bonuses so you can start immediately. Plus, your package will arrive in the mail within 3 to 5 business days, or a bit longer if shipping overseas. Now, as soon as you place your order, head over to the members area and download your Jumpstart Guide. Flip to page 4 and print out your first week's grocery list, or simply write it down by hand. Then, pick up the items from your local supermarket and dive right in. This will have you burning fat from day one, even while you're still getting familiar with the program. And remember, along with your Jumpstart Guide, you'll also be receiving the complete new edition of the Cruise Control Diet, a natural eating plan that promotes effortless weight loss without you having to count calories, exercise portion controls, or follow complicated point systems. Next, you're getting the Cruise Control Diet Cookbook packed with delicious fat-burning recipes that you and your whole family will enjoy. And the follow-up e-course, which sends you timely tips and even more meal ideas to get you through the program without a hitch. Remember, nothing will help you reach your goals faster than continued support every step of the way. Just don't put this off any longer, and here's why. First, as you recall, I lowered the price by over half, making this almost embarrassingly cheap for just about everyone. Yet eventually, I'm going to raise the price back up to where it really deserves to be, so act now before that happens. I should also mention that I have limited quantities of this course. I can only afford to print a few hundred copies at a time, and this discount has product flying off shelves. If I run out, you'll have to wait at least 3 weeks for another batch. And let's not forget, unless you take action now, today, you may never take action. You may do what some people do and put it off just a few more days, which will turn into months, then years. So let's make sure you get what you really want. Do the only smart thing you can do. Take advantage of this offer while it's still available and get on the fast track to a fitter, healthier, happier you. After all, you deserve it. So click the big rectangular orange Add to Cart button below and let's get you started now. Still watching? You probably have a few questions. Here are the most common ones I get and the answers to help you out. How much weight can I expect to lose? Now, this is going to vary a lot from person to person. For example, I've had readers write me and tell me they dropped as much as 14 pounds within the first 7 days, and others that steadily lost a couple of pounds per week. In general, the more total weight you have to lose, the faster it's going to come off. Then, as you get closer to your goal, your fat loss will slow down. But even then, you'll continue to see changes in your body, especially with the way your clothes fit. Next, what if this doesn't work for me or I don't like the program? Listen, if you follow the step-by-step advice provided in this course, you will lose the weight. It's that simple. With that said, not even the best program in the world will give you results if you don't take action. And yes, some people purchase the product and decide they don't want to do it. Personally, I think that's silly, especially since it's simple and doesn't require you to starve, suffer, or give up your social life. Nevertheless, I offer a 60-day full money-back guarantee to anyone who's not satisfied. Simply put, try this program for a full 8 weeks. See the results with your own eyes and only then decide if it's right for you. And in the unlikely event you're not happy, for any reason whatsoever, just write to support or give us a call to request a refund and it's yours. No questions asked. Next, I have a medical condition. Will this still work for me? First off, you should always check with your doctor before starting this or any other program. That said, the cruise control diet is first and foremost an eating plan that promotes the best possible health. So weight loss is the side effect you'll welcome with open arms. So if you do have some kind of medical condition, such as hypothyroidism or diabetes, this is the way you want to be eating in order to limit the negative effects of these diseases. And in some cases, for example diabetes, even reverse them. Moving on. Is this program vegetarian or vegan friendly? Unfortunately, here I'm going to have to disappoint. The cruise control diet requires you to eat animal protein. And while there's a lot of controversy surrounding this topic, based on my extensive research, I don't believe strict vegetarianism or veganism is a healthy way to eat. Next, will my contact and financial information remain secure? Absolutely. All orders are processed using the strictest security measures. Furthermore, your personal information is never shared with anyone else for any reason whatsoever. And finally, is it easy to get started with the cruise control diet? You bet, and this is the main reason I've included the Jumpstart Guide bonus. So you can hit the ground running, start experiencing the fat loss benefits of the program even while you're learning the ins and outs. And remember, along with your Jumpstart Guide, you'll also be receiving the complete new edition of the Cruise Control Diet, a natural eating plan that promotes effortless weight loss without you having to count calories, exercise portion controls, or follow complicated point systems. Next, you're getting the Cruise Control Diet Cookbook packed with delicious fat-burning recipes that you and your whole family will enjoy. And the follow-up e-course, which sends you timely tips and even more meal ideas to get you through the program without a hitch. Remember, nothing will help you reach your goals faster than continued support every step of the way. So click the big rectangular orange Add to Cart button below and let's get you started now.